Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Rubab Kamar and I am going to present my post-colonial term which is imperialism. So the term imperialism it comes from a Latin word imperium which means command, authority and supreme power. So what's the definition of imperialism? Imperialism is when a powerful country takes control over weaker countries to increase its power, wealth and influence. This control can be political, economical, and military control. For example, the British Empire ruled India for many years to gain material like cotton and to expand its global power. Now, what are the characteristics of imperialism? The first one is economic control. The economic control means that the powerful country controls the weaker country's resources, trade, and economy. The colony produces raw material but profits goes to imperial powers. The second one is political domination. Political domination means that the imperial power controls the government of the colony. Local rulers lose authority and foreign officials make their decisions. The third one is military strength. Military strength refers to the use of armies and weapons to conquer and control authorities. Powerful nations used force and threat to maintain control. Then we have cultural influence. Cultural influence means the spreading of imperial countries, language, their religion, their lifestyle in the colony. This often replaced local traditions. For example, English language and Western education became very common in India during the British rule. Then we have forms of imperialism. The first one is colonial empire. A colonial empire is when a country directly rules another territory and controls its government completely. Then we have protectorate. A protectorate is when a country controls another country's foreign affairs and defense but allow local rulers to remain in charge of internal matters. Then we have sphere of influence. A sphere of influence is when a powerful country controls the trade, economic, and activities of a region without direct political control. Then we have colonies under European powers. During the early 20th century, many parts of Africa and Asia they were controlled by the European empires like British Empire and the German Empire. These empires competed with each other to gain more power, colonies, and resources. Then we have causes of imperialism. The first one is economic motives. Countries wanted raw material, new market, and cheap laborers to grow their industries. Then we have political motives. Nations wanted to increase their power, prestige, and security by gaining more land. Then social motives. Many believed it was their duty to civilize other people and spread their culture. This belief often came from racism. For example, missionaries wanted to went Africa and Asia to spread the Christianity. Then, what are the effects of imperialism? The first one is economic effect. Countries were exploited and their wealth was taken away. This caused poverty and underdevelopment. Then, second one is political effects. Colonies lost their independence and they were ruled by foreign powers. For example, African countries they were governed by European officials. Then, its cultural effects, local traditions and cultures they were weakened or they were replaced by foreign ones. For example, Western education replaced traditional systems in many colonies. Then we have different personalities and their viewpoint about imperialism. The first one is Joseph Chamberlain. He supported imperialism and believed it made Britain stronger and richer. He argued that colonies were beneficial for the economic growth. Then we have Queen Victoria. She ruled during the peak of British Empire when British controlled many parts of the world and it was extremely powerful. So, in conclusion, imperialism was driven by the desire for power, wealth, and control. While it helped imperial countries grow stronger, it caused suffering, exploitation, destruction, violence, and a loss of freedom in colonized regions. However, it led to resistance movement and the eventual struggle for the independence in many countries. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.